Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, today as we are heading towards the weekend, I wanted to share with you in a little bit more detail, but also simplified, my best tips, my best advice and hacks on grocery shopping. A lot of you might be doing your grocery shopping over the weekend for the whole week. That's what I recommend to do to all of my clients. Have a plan. Go do your grocery shopping when you have a little bit more time and you're not that rushed to make some impulse decisions or purchases that might not serve you your goals. So do that over the weekend when you usually have more time. Do it with a good plan, and it will set you up really well for a week of well-planned, nutritious, and delicious meals. So these are my best tips and hacks I developed myself personally and with my clients based on what my clients experience, the difficulties or mistakes they usually make at grocery stores. So my best tips and advice on how to shop for more health, easier weight loss and weight maintenance, and to save yourself time and energy and money doing unnecessary and too complicated buying decisions or impulse purchases. So number one, let's just jump right into that. Stay with real foods versus products. So most of your grocery shopping budget, guys, should be spent on real food. What does real food means? It means food that require no ingredients, nothing added, nothing removed, maybe frozen or somehow preserved for better and longer shelf life. But stay, like most of your grocery shopping budget, when you look at your receipt, maybe you can even add it up, like what amount of money you spend on real food versus products. And real food, again, is everything that is minimally processed, nothing added, nothing removed. It might be packaged, like for example, some brands do package their frozen vegetables, but it's still real food. What distinguishes real food is nothing added, nothing removed, and all the parts are basically intact in that product. Maybe some processing is okay, like maybe almonds cut in pieces, but almond butter I already wouldn't consider whole food. I would consider it more like a product. So anyhow, most of your budget should be spent on real food. If you are interested to maximize health, nutrition, to maintain and lose your weight easier. So stay with real food, not products. Number two, have a list to stay focused on the main objectives of your grocery shopping, guys. Have a list, really. Like you're probably busy with other things. Like there are millions of things that you need to keep in your mind. So don't add grocery shopping list to that. Like unless you want to train your memory or something and do it as a memory exercise, don't don't go without a plan. Don't go in a store without a plan. Otherwise, in that sea and flood of different products, you'll be lost pretty soon and gonna make some decisions that you're gonna regret later. So have a list, have a plan, and stay focused on that plan. Number three, avoid franking ingredients, no matter how healthy or vegan or plant-based they appear to be on the label. So franking ingredients, what are those? Those are the ingredients that you don't understand. So if there are products that you buy on a regular basis, read the ingredients of those products and make sure that there is nothing that you don't understand, that everything that is in there, it's simple. It's something you can understand. And as we talked in the rule number one, you should spend most of your money on real foods anyhow, right? But if you do buy products, make sure that they contain only ingredients that you and your grandma can understand, or your parents, or, your spouse, whoever. Number four, focus on whole foods versus purees, extracts, juices, meaning whole nuts instead of nut butters. Eat your protein in foods, not in protein powders. So that's another aspect of eating whole foods. So focus on whole foods. They are like, the wholest version, if you can say so. Instead of, again, butters, purees, juices, different sorts of like potions, extracts, shots. Why is that? Because our body did not evolve on different sorts of butters, purees, juices, extracts, and powders. It does not promote maximum satiety and the easiness of losing and maintaining weight. So from that perspective, from all the experience that I got over more than a decade, stay with whole foods always. So if you like almonds, eat whole almonds. Believe me, guys, you're gonna feel so much better and just feel so much more satisfied and full by eating less when you stick with whole foods, not with their products, more refined products made of them. And yeah, you can have some almond butter once in a while, but if you're at a stage where you're trying actively to lose weight, that's probably not the food that you should focus on. Eat your almonds whole instead. Number 5, stick with food for simplicity, where nothing is added, nothing removed. What do I mean by that? So most of your meals should be cooked from foods that kind of like come in that state from nature. Brussels sprouts, broccoli, beans. If it's canned seafood, then make sure it's not in some sauce or with some flavorings. If it's cheese, then it's just cheese without some additional spices and herbs, because that all gonna stimulate your appetite. If it's yogurt, then it's plain yogurt. If again it's nuts and seeds, then there is no salt, no spices, no sugars. So nothing added, nothing removed. Believe me, guys, that works really well for health, satiety, and weight loss. Number 6, stay away from dangerous aisles while grocery shopping. What do I mean by dangerous aisles? Those are the aisles that contain foods that are kind of hard to resist for you when you look at them. Like for me, it's probably bakery aisles and all the fresh pastries and cakes. So I just don't go there. Like, it stimulates my appetite and my fantasies. And usually, if we start fantasizing about something and think and visualize it, then at some point, we're going to eat that. At some point, it's just going to become such an obsession for our brain that we will give in at some point, guys. I tried and proved it to myself many, many times. If you don't want to eat something, out of mind, out of sight, or out of sight, out of mind. Don't look at it. Don't walk around it, like near it. Don't be tempted by those sights. That also really, really works to help you to stick with your healthier eating habits and goals and resolutions. So don't walk in those dangerous aisles, especially if those aisles have a lot of smell of like freshly baked bread or something, or cookies. And you can also apply it not just at a grocery store, but also anywhere where you go. Meaning, don't walk by some fresh cookies bakeries or your favorite cafe shops with, that tempting and irresistible smell of Cinnabons. Don't walk by your favorite restaurant for the period of time when you're trying not to eat there. That works, guys. Believe me, out of sight, out of mind, and out of your stomach. The next one, number 7, don't bring home what you don't want to eat anymore. As simple as that, guys. Have your list and stick with it, and don't put on the list things that you might eat at some point once you lost all the weight, or you are at your ideal weight, or there is some special occasion. When there is that special occasion, you go to a store and you buy it then. Don't buy that stuff earlier. Like, I don't know, maybe those your favorite cookies or chips or candy, or maybe your favorite ice cream. Don't have it in your house. You cannot trust yourself at a point where you're changing your habits, especially. So don't bring into your house things that you don't intend to eat most of the time. And when there is special occasion, go and get it. And plus, you're gonna do additional walking when there is that special occasion. So don't bring home stuff that you don't want to be eating just in case or for a special occasion. Number 8, don't go grocery shopping hungry. Guys, you'll get more stuff and stuff that you don't want to get every time you go shopping hungry. If you are doing your grocery shopping after, I don't know, a hike, a workout, a busy day at work, then eat a banana, eat a handful of almonds, and you not going to be that hungry, and you'll make much better decisions. Your willpower is going to be so much stronger when you're not hungry. So don't go grocery shopping hungry. Number 9, avoid sugar, flour, and industrial or fake fats So avoid these 3 products and additives and ingredients when you're trying to maximize health and to maintain a healthy weight. So avoid sugar, any kind of sweeteners, sugar in any forms, added sugars to any of the products that, sugar might be almost anywhere these days. Sauces, dressings, baked beans, canned sardines in tomato sauce, like anywhere. So avoid sugar. Flour, here I mean grain flour, like wheat flour or rye flour, any sort of grain flour. You can use, on some occasions, nut and seed flours. We already talked about this aspect of eating as sticking with whole foods most of the time. But if you decide to bake some health-friendly and weight-loss-friendly cookies, then use nut flours instead. Something like almond flour or coconut flour or flaxseed flour. Those are some popular good substitutions for flours, even though they don't really work exactly as, for example, wheat flour would. So you might need to look up the specific recipe for that flour. But you can make quite a lot of recipes with these ingredients. So avoid sugar, avoid flours, grain flours, and industrial and fake fats. But basically what I mean here is avoid any fat that is not extra virgin olive oil, non-refined coconut oil, avocado oil, also non-refined, and real butter or ghee. You save yourself a lot of time when you just stick to those and skip the rest. So avoid sugar in all its forms, grain flours, and industrial and fake fats, and also all the products like with reduced fat or no fat. Like if it's supposed to have fat in it, like for example cheese, go for natural cheese and eat it in moderation, right? Don't go for some vegan, no-fat substitution, or maybe some margarine or some industrial super fat that has no fat. I don't even know how it's possible, but they make it. Anyhow, so avoid sugar, grain flours, and all sorts of fake and defattened products, fats. You get the idea. And then number 10, the last one, don't buy big bags of anything that you tend to eat a lot of. So I'm going to give you my personal example. I love cashews, but whenever I buy cashews, I eat the whole thing, no matter how many cashews I buy. And so I don't buy cashews in bulk. Whenever I feel like cashews, I buy a single serving container, or I go to a place, we have a lot of them these days, where I can take as many cashews as I'd like. Those dispenser things you just put in a bag or some sort of container, as much as you need. no more, no less. And I use those and get cashews, and I come home and eat my cashews. And if I want more, then I would have to go to a store again. And usually that would require some thinking, some decision making. So that helps me to stay away from too many cashews. And cashews are fine in moderation. It's just when you eat a whole pound of them, your digestion gonna be, your stomach not gonna be feeling that well, and you're gonna feel kind of heavy because it's just too much fat to you. That, nuts in general, it is a heavy food, meaning it requires a lot of digestive power to digest them. Plus all that fat is gonna slow down the digestion, and it's gonna get through your system probably for a couple of days, believe it or not. So nuts, they are heavy, and nut butter is the same. They also will make the digestion of all the other foods for a couple of days worse for you. And if you are trying to maintain certain physique, certain weight, or you're trying to lose weight, then probably eating a pound of cashew nut's going to help with that. So that's the reason. But that goes for anything, guys. If you'd like to have some ice cream once a week, then buy those smaller containers that they have now, single serving container, or go out and eat your ice cream, 1 or 2 bowls of ice cream at some place that you absolutely love, some ice cream parlor or something. That's the idea. We humans are not that great at moderating things, especially things we love. So don't count on that anytime soon. Our brain just doesn't work like that. So those are my best tips, advice that are so solid and automatic in my head that I don't even think about it, but that's what I usually do. And that is one of the reasons why I'm so good and so in control, so to speak, of my eating habits. It's not that I have an iron willpower and I'm not tempted by, all this variety of different foods and products with tempting smells and taste and appearances. I just do have few things that I do differently than a lot of other people who might not have the opportunity to think about it deeply and practice it themselves and with clients. So these are my best tips. Guys, use them next time you go shopping, maybe over this weekend, and let me know how you do and how much easier healthy shopping becomes for you. So I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your stories, guys. So please do share. Also, please do share these tips with a person in your household who might be doing all the shopping for you, right? Or maybe your friend who is in charge of shopping, maybe your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I'm not sure who's listening, who's there on the other side, guys. So do share these tips. Teach each other, practice together. Together we always do things better. And guys, thank you for tuning in. Have an awesome weekend. Have fun doing healthy grocery shopping. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.